Well, if you look at the last 30 years in terms of how certain industries, mobility, air travel have adopted the collaborative platform, the 3D design, using computers to design, produce. I think the ease of use of those collaborative platforms has helped people to really elevate their knowledge and know-how. I agree that the inclusiveness of making sure people can use those infrastructure is important. But due to the pandemic, that phenomenon accelerated massively last year because people working from home, they were really connected and they had to adapt to the new working process. So I think that when you look at education and the way we prepare the new generation with those infrastructure, the way we do vocational training in different countries of the world, I believe that a technician can become an engineer with our tools, and the engineer should think about new solutions. So there is a kind of elevation of the people, which I think is possible if we take it on the proper way.
What responsibility do companies like yours have to get that message across and also partly support those education programs? I hate to bring it up again here, but we've looked to our governments to provide support through this pandemic. And when you look at how some of them are doing, quite frankly, you wouldn't trust them to give you a drink in a busy bar. So how do we get people like you, who are involved in the sharp end of developing these technologies, to make sure that you bring along the communities that surround you?
Well, I think we have a quite interesting indicator. It's clear that government at large were not prepared for this unprecedented situation. But in some way, when I look at the indicators in India, the indicators in fast developing country, South America, there are hubs for education which are evolving very well those days. We have invested, we train 15 million people, students, every year with our software around the world and provide certification process so they can find jobs. There is an interesting measure that I briefly would like to tell you about. When COVID happened last March, a year ago almost, we opened an open innovation lab worldwide. People were able to connect. We had 150 projects where people invented new ventilators, new things to help go through the pandemics. The innovation has never been so strong in that sector. And I think this were about students, makers, innovators connecting on working together. That was part of the MIT program. But the results are quite significant. In fact, it can be seen on our website. And we have been able to change the rules in terms of innovation in the medtech. Same goes with clinical trial. So I have a lot of hope in helping the new generation take advantage of what they like, but also the existing generation in shop floors adopting this technology for the good. You have to be a purpose-driven company to do that well, because it's not only about revenue, it's about making sure you prepare the workforce of the future. But that's what I think we do at Dassault Systèmes, and we have a great reputation worldwide for that.